Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. I am your host, Davo. With me, as always, we have Kels.
Hello, good people.
We have Andy.
Hey, everybody.
We have Neil.
Hello.
Sadly, we do not have Allison. In her stead, we have Cheyenne.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Hi, Cheyenne.
All right.
How's life treating you right now?
It's interesting, luckily, I can work from home, but my kids and wife have not left the house since like March 18th. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's they're reopening tattoo parlors tomorrow because that's essential, I guess,
good.
in Tulsa.
Give me some numbers.
Yeah.
I can finally get that brain ladle tattoo done.
Relief.
So, Neil, what are we doing?
Well, I thought we'd play a game of trivia.
Yay.
A few weeks ago, I believe, Davo, you posted on our Brain Ladle Facebook page asking people for topics, and one of them kind of caught my fancy, and it was 80s music. So that kind of explains why Allison, who was not born in the 80s, kind of opted out of today's show. I gave her the option.
Well, I thought it was because she was looking for Tyrannosaurus Rex bones in Montana.
Well, I mean, there may be part of that too. I'm not sure, but
okay.
Kels is on the younger side also, so he's going to be helping me. So I've got 3 categories. He's got 2 categories, and we have a special guest that's going to be coming in to do our final category tonight.
Whoa!
Please let me
nice.
Richie. Lionel Richie. Please let me Richie.
But I'm going to kick off the game. Oh, I should go over the rules. Each week we have a theme, and in that theme we've got 6 categories with 4 questions each. Each question's worth about 10 points, with 2 points or a few bonus points thrown in here and there. And then a final question, which is worth up to 100 points. And like I said, today's theme is 80s music. And category 1 is science.
Wait, what?
All right.
It's kind of loosely science.
Like I was having a dream, and then suddenly, the alarm clock went off. Okay.
Question 1. What musical artist took his stage name from a noise reduction technology used in audio recording and playback?
Locked in.
Yeah, I'm there too.
I'm so glad I'm not playing.
This is an easy one.
Is it? Is it? I'm locked in.
All right, Cheyenne?
Yeah, Thomas Dolby.
Yay!
Okay. Dava?
Thomas Dolby.
And Andy.
Sensei always blinds me with science. It's Thomas Dolby.
So funny that you should mention that. I was reading about that. I was going to use that as the question, but it seemed a little bit too obvious for the science category.
On the nose, as it were.
But he storyboarded that entire video before he wrote the song.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The song was written to support a video idea that he had.
Huh.
Thought that was interesting.
it
Question
is.
2. What musical group of the 80s took their name from the nickname of the melodica, which has a musical keyboard with a tube that is blown through to make sound?
It's got to be this. I think I know.
The only reason I said "oh" is because I was able to visualize the instrument in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Cheyenne, are you old enough to know 80s music well?
Yeah, I mean, I was born in 74, so.
Okay.
I was born in 1917. A lot of people don't know that.
I would have guessed.
Yeah, I know. You shut up, Kels.
I've got a guess that I locked in with.
All right, I'm locked in.
What's your answer, Dava?
The Framptons.
Peter Frampton got the whole family together, like the Cast family, and put together a band.
Andy?
The Hooters.
Cheyenne?
Oh, I was hoping it was some play off of kazoo, and I went with Yazoo, also known as the Yaz in the U.S.
Oh.
Interesting. Well, no, the correct answer is the Hooters.
I've never heard of them.
Their kind of one-hit wonder was "And We Danced."
Oh,
they had a follow. They did score the follow-up hit though. It was a really bad song about zombies in the night or something.
Oh yeah, something like zombies. Yeah.
Yeah, all you zombies in the. It was awful. I believe it charted.
Of course.
All right, question 3. Rotoscoping is an animation technique which traces live-action video frame by frame. What iconic 1985 video used rotoscoping with about 3,000 frames traced by hand?
Locked in.
I think I know what this is.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in as well. I can only think of one thing.
Andy, what's your answer?
Aha.
I'm looking for the
Wait a
video.
minute. I'm sorry, you want the song? I'm sorry, Take On Me by Aha. I don't know why I thought you were asking about the band.
Cheyenne?
That's a much better answer than I put. I put Sledgehammer.
Ooh,
No.
that might.
And Davo?
Take On Me by Aha.
The correct answer is Take On Me. If I remember Sledgehammer, it was more stop motion.
Right.
It was more stop motion.
Yeah.
God, MTV played that to death too. I hated that song so much.
There is an artist. Her name is Meg Myers, and this video came out this year. And what they did for it is they had her acting against a green screen, and then they printed out all of the frames of the video onto coloring pages and had children in elementary schools around Los Angeles color the frames and then ran it as a video. It was really good. It's really good. And it's a really, really good song. It's a remake of Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill.
Oh yeah.
Really good. She's great.
I think that would be kind of a version of rotoscoping. It sounds like.
Yeah.
It does.
It's really, really good.
All right. Question 4. What album was the first compact disc pressed in the USA?
Oh.
Really good question.
I know this because a buddy of mine. Give me a minute. Nobody talk.
This is an audio podcast, man.
Okay, Andy. We'll keep it quiet.
Oh,
yeah, I got it.
I know I've heard this.
Yeah, me too. I'm just going to put it.
I'll lock in.
Same here.
Okay. Cheyenne, what's your answer?
I just went with Slippery When Wet.
Davo?
I went with Thriller.
And Andy?
I'm torn between Billy Joel's 52nd Street and Springsteen's Born in the USA. One was released in Japan. One was released here. I locked in with Springsteen's Born in the USA.
The first album pressed in the USA was Born in the USA.
Wow.
Yes.
That was my. I was back and forth between those two. Yeah, that's a nice poll.
Yeah. Jeez.
It was 1982. All right. At the end of round 1, Cheyenne has 10, Davo 20, and Andy 40. Perfect in the music, and I guess in science, Andy.
Perfect in the science category.
Don't put a little feather in your hat on this one, man. Come on.
Kels, you got category 2?
I do. We're going to do something that I love, and we're going to talk about music in movies.
Oh.
Okay.
Aren't you glad we invited you, Cheyenne? I could tell by your vocalization there that you're thrilled with this.
Yeah, if I could pick any category, like in the 80s, music would be like way down low.
Yeah, see, I feel like today is the first chance I've ever had at a perfect game.
It might be. It might be. I'm going to describe a scene, and I just need you to tell me the movie. Sound fair?
I'm in.
All right. Question 1. Party man blares from a boombox as a local gang merrily vandalizes a museum.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Wow. I feel like I should know this.
Pretty popular.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, and like, I feel like there's a hint in there, and I just can't think of. Let's go with God, I'm so bad at dates of movies.
You did the date of the movie?
No, but like thinking of movies, and if they're like in the 80s or 90s, that kind of stuff. All right, I'm locked in.
Okay. Andy.
Nobody messes with another man's rutabaga. Batman.
It's rhubarb.
Rhubarb, you
What's
Nimrod.
that? Rhubarb. Oh,
You were so cool for a second.
I know. Just for a second.
Davo.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence? Batman.
See, Davo did it better.
Well, it's Batman.
And Cheyenne.
Yeah, I actually pulled Batman. So,
Congrats, yay!
All right. The correct answer is Batman.
I figured that Merrily had to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes. Period.
It took so much willpower not to start singing "Party Man" when you said the word "party."
I kind of want to go with party all the time just because we're going to have a song about parties.
Yeah.
I want to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
And I also couldn't remember if that was just Batman or if it was one of the other. Like, I've seen all of those movies like once. So I was worried it was a different, variation of it. You know, Batman Returns or Batman and Robin. I was like, no.
I don't think we'll ask a question about Batman and Robin on this show ever.
Ever. We shouldn't.
That movie's so bad that I think just out of respect.
Yes.
All right. Question 2. Lydia Dietz's mom lip syncs Deo as the rest of the dinner party is forced to dance around the dinner table.
Locked in.
Locked in.
I know this one. I didn't know that other one.
Oh, man. I feel like I should know this, but okay, locked in.
All right, Cheyenne, what you got?
I just guessed Better Off Dead.
Ooh, good movie. Beetlejuice.
And Andy.
Beetlejuice.
Correct answer is Beetlejuice.
Kels. Don't say it. Don't say it.
No, you have to say it. You have to say it 3 times in a row.
I like that. Correct answer is he who shall not be named. Anybody's keeping score at home, that is 2 back-to-back Michael Keaton questions.
Oh, you're right.
And Tim Burton questions.
And Tim Burton.
Oh.
Doubling it up. All right, question 3. March of the Swivel Heads is heard as a teen faces and overcomes many obstacles on his frantic journey to get back home.
Oh.
I'm locked in.
I think I know this, but it doesn't make sense with the way you described the movie. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So you're not describing the whole movie, you're describing the scene. Duh.
Of course.
All right. I'm locked in.
Wow, I can't even think of something that fits this. Wow. Oh, I'll lock in.
Davo.
Andy, you should have gotten this right away. I think I saw
know,
your
well-
backyard in that scene. It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Cheyenne.
Is it really? Like, that was the first thing I thought of, and then I was like, maybe it's something goofy, and it was like an older dog, so I put Homeward Bound.
Andy.
See, I'm totally with Cheyenne on this because for some reason I forgot kind of the way you were asking the questions. I thought you were talking about the theme of the movie, and I'm like, well, that's in Ferris Bueller's Days Off, but it's not that's not what the movie's about, but of course that's the scene where he's jumping through the backyards and trying to get home just before his parents get home. Ferris Bueller's Day Off by the English Beat, if I remember correctly.
The English Beat, you are correct.
Oh, man.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is the correct
I
answer.
love me some 80s music.
All right, question 4. Fight the Power provides the sonic backdrop for Rosie Perez to perform an aggressive and seductive dance number.
Locked in.
I'm pretty sure I can only think of one Rosie Perez movie.
Billy, you're so stupid.
Yeah, I got the only guess I can think of as well. So I'm locked in.
Me too. I'm locked in.
All right, Andy.
Do the Right Thing.
Cheyenne.
Oh my goodness, that is what it is. I just put White Men Can't Jump.
Right there with you, Cheyenne.
Davo.
I also put White Men Can't Jump.
Oh, Spike Lee is so pissed off at both of you right now.
Very, because White Man Can't Jump didn't come out in the 80s.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. I will get so many things confused with movies and what year they came out.
Well, I was going through the extensive Rosie Perez catalog in my brain.
Yeah.
And hit one. So, wait, two, because she was in Birds of Prey, which came out this year. So,
Oh, that's right. She's in Birds of Prey.
I remember seeing her in something recently, but since we only made it about 15 minutes into that terrible, terrible movie, we just turned it off.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, Cheyenne, Birds of Prey is the Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah, I'm not a big comic book guy. So.
Cheyenne.
Davo, you okay?
But to balance it, I have a really good friend who just got his PhD in comic books, pretty much.
Otherwise known as my hero.
He's making it for me. Yeah.
Well, the correct answer is, of course, Do the Right Thing.
All right. At the end of round 2, Cheyenne has 20, Davo 50, and Andy is still perfect at 80.
Wow.
Nice job.
Andy.
We can't talk about it anymore. Everybody's shut their mouths.
I have a feeling this one might be harder for people that aren't really into 80s music.
Yeah,
I really am.
Category 3 is bands by members. So I'm going to give you just a list of names, and you just need to tell me the band that they're in.
I'm so glad I'm not.
Oh my goodness! Can you all change?
Sorry, Cheyenne.
Can y'all change my name whenever you say Kels, and we'll just act like Kels is the one who did really bad?
Loving this game.
Question 1: Belinda Carlisle, Jane Weedlin, Charlotte Caffey, Gina Schock, and Kathy Valentine.
Yeah, locked in.
Locked in.
I don't know.
Andy?
The Go-Go's.
Cheyenne?
The Go-Go's.
And Davo?
Our lips are sealed. It's the Go-Go's.
Started out as a punk band in LA in the late 70s, I think. Question 2: Amy Mann, Robert Holmes, Joey Pesci, and Michael Houseman.
Locked in.
Locked in.
And
The Goodfellas.
Cheyenne?
Voices Carry. This is Till Tuesday.
Davo?
Till Tuesday.
And Andy?
Till Tuesday, and they got their name from that's when they would practice every Tuesday, and they would say goodbye to everybody by saying Till Tuesday.
Okay, Andy. Andy, are you a Rush fan?
A little bit. I think Rush is really pretentious. I don't really like their relationship with the Fountainhead, but anyway. They really like Ayn Rand, and I despise Ayn Rand.
Well, do you know what Rush song Amy Mann sang vocals in?
Ooh. Would have to be something well after like Moving Pictures and stuff. I don't know.
It was Time Stand Still.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that song.
Nice.
It's not one of Rush's best, but it's pretty good.
Are you a Rush fan?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Uh, what's the movie where they're big giant Rush fans? I Love You, Man, with Paul Rudd.
With Paul Rudd and Jason Segel.
Yeah,
Was it Jason?
yeah, and they're constantly like air guitaring Rush. It's really funny. Like every time they see each other, like slapping the bass.
What am I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Trailer Park Boys,
Yes.
Canadian
Yes.
sitcom.
My son has
But
watched every episode, but I haven't ever seen it.
one of my favorite episodes is when they kidnap Alex Lifeson. Okay, question 3. Fab Morvan and Rob Pilatus.
It's the only one I've known.
Locked in.
I think I got locked in.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Oh, I swear to God, you know what? Kels is playing a little reverse game on me.
How?
Because I was vaguely remembering the name, and Kels was like, oh, I know this one. I'm like, oh, damn, it's an early hip hop group.
Whoa.
And I almost went down the wrong branch there, but I'm locked in with the right answer.
Cheyenne?
Milli Vanilli.
Davo?
Milli Vanilli.
And Andy.
Milli Vanilli.
Kind of a stretch to call them a band, but
yeah, since they didn't sing or play instruments.
Very.
They were dancers.
They were dancers.
Pretty much.
They actually weren't terrible singers. They just didn't happen to sing the songs that were hits.
Did you know Fab Morvan and Fab Five Freddy are not related? Just one of those.
It broke my heart to find that, but that's all.
Okay, you guys have been pretty good. You've been perfect on so far, so let's see how you do on this one. Question 4 is Sarah Dallin, Siobhan Fahey, and Karen Woodward.
Locked in.
Wow.
Crap. I feel like I should know that last one. I'm going down. This is the perfect game. I'm going down.
Bloop single.
All right. It's not.
Okay.
Shut up, Davo. Everybody be quiet.
I'm locked in. I think I'm off on my dates, but
Oh, I don't know who these people are. I'm taking a total guess because there's 3 girls.
Davo?
Oh, I feel bad about that. I feel really scared.
Bananarama.
Oh, thank God. Please, God, tell me it's the right answer. Bananarama.
And Cheyenne.
Yeah, I just put In Vogue, but I think they're later than the 80s.
The correct answer is Bananarama.
Yes!
Nice job.
Oh, I can't believe it. I have no idea who any of the names were in that group.
Well, Siobhan went on to form Shakespeare's Sister.
Never heard of
in the 90s.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't watch 120 Minutes, did you?
Not so much.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Not enough jangly guitar and pop sensibilities for you.
Right. I need high harmonies.
All right. At the end of round 3, Cheyenne has 50, Davo 90, and Andy still perfect on 120.
This is crazy.
Can we have Kels come in with the hip hop category, please?
Well,
I don't think so.
I'm sorry to disappoint. Because the next
I got to
category,
apologize. Hold on, Kels. I got to apologize because I was told that this quiz would be 1980s. I wasn't told it would be 1980s music. So Cheyenne,
I know, isn't
if you
it
feel
awesome?
misled or in any way, I deeply apologize.
That's fine. That's fine. I would have been really good at like 80s cartoons and you know.
Oh man, me too.
Oh, 80s cartoons would be fun.
just think about it. We should have did like cartoon theme songs.
Heck yes, man.
That would have been nice. But gentlemen, alas, we can't talk about 80s music without TV.
The TV.
Okay.
I like the TV.
All right. All right. Question 1. Most know that the first video played on MTV was.
Video Killed the Radio Star by the Bugles.
Buggles.
You are correct.
Buggles. I always say Bugles. I don't know why I do that.
2G.
Well, it's a
Yeah.
delicious corn snack, so
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
That you can put on the tips of your fingers.
I like the
Right.
nacho ones.
Yeah, considering. But what video featuring The Who was the first to be repeated on MTV?
Locked in.
I have a guess.
what?
I was hoping you were going to come with the second video.
What is the second video, Cheyenne?
It's Pat Benatar. Is it Nowhere to Run? Is that her? I know it's a Pat Benatar song.
You Better Run.
Okay.
You bet. Yeah.
I did not
We had
know
that on
at
the
all.
show once.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
I was.
I've been on all of them. I know.
All right. I'm locked in. I'm proud of
gonna write.
coming up with a Who song.
Congratulations, me too. I'm locked in.
And I might have said that too early because I don't even know if I came up with a Who song.
Oh,
Well, Cheyenne, let's find out. What did you put?
I just put Who Are We?
Who are you? No.
Davo.
you know it's bad when Andy corrects your pronunciation. It's Who Are You? But that's okay because I put Eminent Front.
It's a put on.
That wasn't the Who.
It is.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
was that really crappy album they did.
Yes.
It really is a crappy album.
And Andy.
I only know this. I'd give a shout out to a friend of mine that we used to go record collecting, record shopping together, Otto Dobnik, who had the most complete library of Who music ever and was a cornucopia of Who information. And I know that's You Better You Bet.
The correct answer is
That was going to be my guess.
You
Sorry.
better, you better, you bet.
Mm.
And I think that's because that song was like one of the first 5 played.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think it is, yeah.
All right. Question 2. The first VMAs took place in 1984 at Radio City Music Hall and was hosted by an Academy Award nominated SNL alum and a highly decorated actress who also has a very successful recording career. For 5 points each, name them.
Oh, come on, Kels.
Wow.
I'm locked in. I don't know if I said that.
Stepping up to the plate.
Oh, I know who it is.
I'm locked in.
Andy, did you lock in too early?
No, I'm really confident with this.
Okay.
Oh, wow. And then to just rub salt in the wound is I have never gotten into SNL. And so.
I'm sorry.
And, well, Cheyenne, if you don't hate us after this episode, we'd love to have you back for something a little more pertinent.
Right.
Yeah. I would love to come back. The names that keep popping in my head are just stupid.
Well,
You haven't heard my answer yet, Cheyenne.
Okay. I'm locked in.
Davo.
Well, I went with everyone's favorite SNL alumna Hootie and the incredibly decorated
What?
musical act and the Blowfish.
Are you serious? That's you prefer Davo.
I don't even know you.
Cheyenne.
I just went with Steve Martin and Barbara Streisand.
Okay. Andy.
It's important to remember that the biggest movie of that year was Ghostbusters, and riding on the tails was Dan Aykroyd, and Bette Midler had a huge hit with her Rolling Stones cover Beast of Burden. So Dan Aykroyd and Bette Midler.
I think you're wrong on one of those because Dan Aykroyd hasn't been nominated for an Academy Award, if I remember correctly. No,
That
he was.
Midler has.
That's true.
The correct answer is Dan Aykroyd and Bette Midler.
Boom.
Wow.
Davo, Dan Aykroyd was nominated for
Driving Miss Daisy.
Driving.
I just remembered it as I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just happy that I actually thought of both of the right answers.
You were close. You were very close. All right, question 3. What comic earned a lifetime ban from MTV after introducing Cher with some of their already notorious nursery rhymes that contained vulgar language and references at the 1989 VMAs?
Locked in.
Yeah,
Locked in.
same here.
Andy,
Andrew Dice Clay.
Cheyenne,
Ford Fairlane himself, Andrew Dice Clay.
and Davo.
Andrew Dice Clay. Oh!
Hickory Dickory Dock.
You are all correct. It is Andrew Dice Clay.
We're on the board, Cheyenne. We're keeping pressure
Yeah.
on him.
All right, question 4. What Madonna song was the last video to be shown on MTV in the 1980s?
Ooh.
Whoa. I don't know this. I'm going to have to guess.
Will the center fielder be able to get to this one?
Son of a. I do not know this.
It's really spiteful to me right now, but I'm rooting more for me not getting this and for Andy missing it.
Why would you root against the perfect game?
Because then it just crushes me more.
Let me think.
So in other words, as the minutes ticked away on New Year's Eve 1989 into 1990, this was the last video MTV played?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was not watching.
Well, I don't know if they did like a countdown show or anything, but it was the last video that they played
I'm
that day.
locked in.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm locked in. This is just throwing darts
damn.
at a big list of songs.
A very big
I couldn't
list.
tell you what year anything came out or.
Damn. I'm. Oh.
You know who hosted that New Year's Eve show?
Probably Dick Clark. He hosted everything.
Hootie and the Blowfish in a replay. And there goes your perfect game driving away.
Right? All right, everybody shut up. There's got to be a logic to this. There has got to be a logic to this. Is there any kind of Madonna song has any kind of New Year's theme? No. Would they do like a virgin just to be, or is Vogue, did Vogue come out that late? Is it Vogue? What's a good, or is there a party kind of, or do you go borderline? Because that's like the border of the years. I'm overthinking it.
Yeah.
I think Vogue was a hit in the late 80s for Madonna. I'm locking in.
Okay. Let's start with Cheyenne.
I just guessed Material Girl, but I thought that she had like some like Spanish speaking like Christmas song. So I thought that, but I couldn't remember the name of that song. So that would have been my guess if I could remember the name of it.
Okay. Davo.
Express Yourself.
And Andy.
I hope it's Vogue.
The correct answer is Express Yourself.
Yeah,
Wow.
right.
Good job.
Thank you.
And the perfect game. Andy, you went deep into the innings with that one, man. I'm actually
Yeah,
proud.
good job.
Good job, though. Good job.
I wasn't really rooting against you.
This is where I give up like 4 homers in a row then after that last pitch. That's just, this is where you just, now I'm going to lose the game. All right. Oh, so close to the perfect game.
At the end of round 4, Cheyenne has 60, Davo 110, and Andy 150. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, it is.
That's just something we say.
I'll still have the wrestling category.
Yeah,
game.
give me the 80s wrestling category. You can do that.
All right, category 5. Following up on MTV, these next 4 questions are going to be about specific music videos.
Oh boy.
Question 1. What iconic video, noted for its use of heavily made up mannequin like models pretending to be a band, has been parodied by Tone Loc, Bowling for Soup, and Shania Twain?
Oh, locked in.
I think I know what this is.
I'm locked in.
It sounds familiar. I could be totally wrong. This sounds like a lot of videos in the 80s.
It's a lot of videos in the 80s, but
The worst thing about like movie or music trivia is if you go down the wrong path and you get a song stuck in your head, it is so hard to get out of it.
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
that's every week for me, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm right, but I'm locked in. I know I answered what I was trying to think of.
Go with your gut. Okay, Cheyenne, what was your guess?
Addicted to Love.
Okay. Deva
Addicted to Love.
and Andy.
Yeah, Robert Palmer's Addicted to Love. I stumbled for a minute when you said mannequins because, of course, they were live models. So I was a little bit confused for a second, but it's definitely that.
Yeah, they were supposed to be mannequin like,
Right.
which is what I intended to say if I didn't say it.
No, you did. I got Power of Love stuck in my head.
Oh, that's a hard one to
And
get out.
I was like, yeah,
That's a
I was
good
like,
one.
all right.
Okay, everybody got that one. Question 2. What 1986 video featured puppets from the UK skit comedy show Spitting Image?
Locked in.
Yeah, it was. I appreciate you asking me to help you with questions, Neil, because I would have suffered.
This is a great video, though.
It's a really great
Yes.
video.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to steal Andy's answer.
No, that's not a thing.
Good call.
That's not a thing.
He's new. I'll let him take it. I'm fine with that.
Oh, come on.
You got to close the game.
David
All right.
right now is over there going, wait a minute, it's that band that wasn't the Police.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
This band predated the Police for quite a few.
Mhm.
They did. I know who it is.
Oh, you just don't know the.
I don't know the title of the song, but I'm going to throw myself on the mercy of the court.
Okay, well, go ahead, Deva.
Well, Disturbed did a remake of this song that is very good, and it's got Ronald Reagan puppet and all sorts of good, cool puppets in the video. And I got to all of the lyrics except for the chorus. So my answer is, and that's all I've got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy.
Land of Confusion by Genesis, not Disturbed.
That was, see, you can hear it when I do it. It's dang it.
Yeah, I sort of heard it there in a weird sort of way.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, well, I think you misused the term puppet, and it was more like a whole bunch of marionettes, and it was like 25 Ray Guy marionettes.
Oh, nice.
Just kicking balls everywhere.
My generation will put it right.
Yeah, now that I heard the
We're not just making promises.
I remember it now that I hear y'all talk about it, but I had no clue.
You know, when he sings "My Generation Will Put It Right," they've got a puppet of Pete Townsend doing his windmill guitar thing because of their song "My Generation."
Disturbed did a
Yeah.
version of this song. Did I mention that?
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
You're cool, Davo.
Okay.
All right, question 3. What 1982 video was filmed in Sri Lanka and became the first of many major hits for a particular British new wave band?
Oh,
wait a minute. What?
Locked in, baby.
1982, Sri Lanka.
Yep.
New wave British band.
Yep.
You have
Yeah, I don't have it.
dissected that into its component parts.
All right, I'm going with 1982. Okay. Wait a minute. I have an idea. I'm locked in. So we're looking for the band, right?
Nope, I'm looking for the video, the name of the song.
Oh, wow. I was just trying to come up with a band that might fit the category.
All right, I am locked in again.
Look, all the pressure's off, Andy. You can just
Yeah.
coast. Take a few questions off, as it were. You worked hard in the beginning.
Throw that change up right down the middle. Nobody cares. You're good.
Right, because history won't remember me now. It's just another game.
Okay, I'm locked in. Yeah.
Okay, Andy, what's your guess?
Okay, all I could think of is bands with exotic locations. 1982, I went with Duran Duran's Rio.
Okay, Cheyenne.
I just said Blue October. I think that's a song that was from a new wave band, but I think it's late 80s.
Davo.
I also went with Duran Duran, but I went with Hungry Like the Wolf.
God, that was
Rio was filmed in the Caribbean. Hungry
Which
Like the
makes
Wolf was
sense.
filmed in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so close.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can remember that video.
That was the first 45 album I ever bought.
They were such an awful band in the 80s, and they came out with the Wedding album in the 90s that just blew me away. But, Hungry Like the Wolf is such a bad song.
You bite your tongue, sir. It is amazing.
It's terrible.
Cheyenne, you're the tiebreaker. Is it a good song or not?
Yeah, it's. I would lean more to good than bad.
Ha ha! A mild affirmation.
It's a
Wow.
really good early 80s song.
Yes.
I also have way different music tastes than Andy because he seemed to like Eagles songs and not like Okie from Muskogee, which one is really good and the other one's whole catalog is garbage.
Wow. Wow.
On the podcast.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you guys are separated by a
Yeah,
stage.
no kidding.
So, trivia nugget about Duran Duran. The band had three members with the last name Taylor, and none of them are related.
I know. I was really hoping that was going to be one of the band list members. I was like, come on, please.
Andy Taylor, Roger Taylor, John Taylor, and Simon Le Bon, and some other guy. All right, question 4. Thriller, or to use the official name, Michael Jackson's Thriller, was directed by what movie director after Michael hired him after seeing a 1981 movie?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Of course you are.
I thought that might make you think for a second.
All right. I threw down an answer.
Okay, Cheyenne, what did you put down?
John Carpenter.
It's a good guess, Dava.
John Landis.
Andy.
Jerry Kramer.
The correct answer is John Landis.
That was
Ooh.
before he was completely like thrown out of the music industry.
John Landis was?
Yeah, after he had those kids killed while filming Twilight Night, Vic Morrow, Jennifer Jason Leigh's dad, and 2 like really young kids who were working at like 3 a.m. all died when a helicopter came
Oh, right. It
down
was
on
a
them.
Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah, it was one of the 4
Twilight.
Yeah.
and like he pretty much couldn't get work ever again. I mean, like he was
Yeah.
taken to court and almost like thrown in prison because he was breaking so many labor laws when it happened.
Negligent homicide.
Yeah.
Negligent homicide.
Yeah, and so like the only thing he really did after that was like Eddie Murphy like had him do like Coming to America, I think, because they'd worked together on something before. But yeah, he pretty much just got shut down. And like Spielberg did the second of the 4 and was like, I'll never do anything with you. You know, like everybody just like
Wow.
turned their backs on him.
So anyway, the movie that Michael saw that prompted him to want to hire John Landis was obviously the Blues Brothers.
Right.
No, it was American Werewolf in London.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, That was category 5, and the scores are Cheyenne with 70, Davo 140, and Andy 170. So it's time for our special guest. I'll just give you a quick introduction. As a young man attending Harvard and Columbia universities and working as a community organizer in the 80s, our special guest listened to a lot of music and has come up with a special category for our quiz tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our 44th president, Barack Obama.
Salutations, everyone. I want to keep this short because I just figured out that I'm not getting paid. So let's get it going. The category I came up with is 80s lyrics,
Of
and
course.
they'll be read by me in my very smooth tone. And I think Cheyenne, the young man's going to be happy when he figures out all of these are hip hop.
Wow.
And because I really like reading things of this nature, I'm going to give you 5. They're all going to be 8 points apiece. Is everybody ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. President. Yeah, I'm just a little odd.
You are odd.
I like that you've now made something out of yourself, President, making it to this podcast, you know? Like,
Well, you can't stagnate. I was president, so next logical step is guest features on podcasts.
Mm-hmm. That
All
makes
right,
sense to me.
all right. Let's start it off with question 1. Clap your hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. 'Cause I'm Curtis Blow, and I want y'all to know. Tell me what song that is.
locked in.
I don't think I know this.
It looks like another bloop single in your
Well, the president's throwing shade at me. That's
This is gonna land right between the right fielder and first base.
clap your hands, everybody. I'm sorry. One more time.
I am not gonna read that again. If you don't have it now, you're probably never gonna get it.
I'm going to lock in with an answer.
I got nothing here.
Andy, would you like an easy mode?
Yes.
The song is by Curtis Blow.
I'm gonna lock in.
All right, let's start with Davo.
Rapper's Delight, Mr. President.
That's a pretty solid guess. How about Andy?
Brian's song.
A man after my own heart. And Cheyenne.
Break it up, break down. These are the breaks.
That's my man right there. The correct answer. Of course, the breaks.
If I could interject real quick,
You may.
every time you said "clap your hands, everybody," I kept following that with "and everybody clap your hands." We're lambda, 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 and omega mu, and I just couldn't get that out of my head.
Wow.
Neil, you're a brilliant ray of sunshine. I'll tell you that.
Kind of a nerd too. So
That's the beauty. All right. Let's move on to question 2. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the freaks and clocking the dough. Went to the park to get the scoop. Those knuckleheads out there, cold shooting hoops.
Locked in.
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right. Cheyenne.
Boys in the Hood.
And Davo.
Boys in the Hood.
And, of course, Andy.
My 6'4".
The correct answer is, of course, Boys in the Hood.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. It's crashing. It's crashing.
that's
Burning right in
that's
front of
4 in a row, Andy, that you missed. Just in case
me.
you're
No,
counting.
it is 4 in a row. Son of a.
I don't know if I've ever heard the wheels fall off on a podcast. This is a first.
Oh.
All right. Question 3. So on the beach, you're strolling, real high rolling. Everything you have is yours and not stolen. A girl runs up with something to prove, so don't just stand there.
Locked in.
Locked in.
All right, let's start with Andy
Bust a move.
and Davo
You want it, you got it. Bust a move.
and Cheyenne.
Bust a move.
The correct answer is, of course, Young MC's Bust a Move.
Ugh.
Question 4. Hey, yo, Doug, what? Put your bellies on. Yo, Rick, I was about to, but I need a shoehorn. Why? Because these shoes always hurt my corns. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Doug it fresh. You're on.
Locked in.
I don't know what's happening.
I think I know this.
Of course, you think you know this.
Shut up! You just shut up and you die.
Oh, wow.
I'm locked in.
I know this song. I didn't listen to them much. Oh, I got an answer, but
Cheyenne, let's hear what you begrudgingly wrote down.
the show.
Davo.
Rapper's Delight.
That never gets old. Andy.
I believe we're talking about the show at Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew.
The correct answer is The Show.
Oh, thank you.
Back on my game.
The other one I was trying to think of was that I can't remember that symphony song that has both of them in it. But I don't think Slick Rick's in that one. So
Well, you chose correctly.
Whew.
All right.
I just like the fact that Bust a Move got me back in the game.
Well, we're all proud of you. Question 5. Thinking of a master plan. There ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand. So I dig into my pocket, all my money spent. So I dig deeper, still coming up with lint.
I'll give you all a hint that he just now recited words by the greatest MC of all time. I saw him a couple years ago at a small bar here in Tulsa.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That puts a smile on my face.
Like you just saw him there. He was having a drink, or was he?
He was playing.
Performing.
He was performing, and a
I'm
good
locked
buddy
in.
of mine actually opened up for him.
That's
All
awesome.
right, I'm locked in.
Andy, let's start with you this time.
Is it Rapper's Delight?
I'm taking a page out of Davo's book. All right. Davo.
Look at your own paper. Rapper's Delight.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time now to point out that Rapper's Delight came out in the 70s.
Eh.
All right. Cheyenne, educate these two.
That's Eric B. and Rakim.
Who?
What song?
Paid in full. Oh, sorry. Yeah, paid in full.
Still don't know.
The correct answer is, of course, Paid in Full.
Cheyenne owning that category.
Yeah, no kidding.
Neil, before you give out the last the scores, just got to say it was really hard to stop at 5. Could have gone all day just writing lyrics down.
I think we should have had a whole round of just 1980s hip hop.
Well, we just did.
I mean, a whole game.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
The whole game.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'll have to take a pass on that one. But thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day.
Yeah.
It's no problem, just in the house all day with Michelle and Sasha and Malia and of course Bo. So it was nice to get out and do some, a little public service.
Well done.
All right. Well, at the end of round 6, Cheyenne was perfect in round 6 and has 110. Davo, 156, and Andy, 186.
Tightened up.
Things are tightening up.
So I got to say it's going to be a little hard for Cheyenne to catch up at the end here, but not mathematically impossible because our final question is worth up to 100 points. So I have in front of me a list of artists who had number one hits in the 80s. And this list is sorted by the number of weeks that they had number one hits
Okay.
during the 80s. And so I just need you to give me the top 10 for 10 points each.
Do not attempt to adjust your radio. There is nothing wrong. We are taking control in order to bring you this brief announcement, and we'll return you to your podcast as soon as you've been informed. We just wanted to take a second to shout out the Trivia Rogues, our brothers in Trivia Arms. So if you're looking for a little more sensation with your information, give them a listen. We now return you to your regularly scheduled podcast, already in progress.
Why did what is happening in my brain?
That's a question for the ages, Davo.
I know. I wrote down 4 answers, and it's like I completely forgot who I was, where I was, what I was doing. Am I breathing?
Got a lot of issues going on, Dave.
I did.
Okay, I named 10 bands that played music in the 1980s
That's a start.
that are not hip hop.
Yeah, I doubt they make it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm crossing this one out and putting. That's the first time this artist has ever been crossed out for this artist. 9.
Andy making history over there.
I know I said I'm locked in, but I changed an answer. Which is really stupid how I got to that last answer I just added. And I'll explain it later.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am locked in. I feel good about this list.
No, I hate my list. I wrote down my first 4 answers, and I was like, well, they did all the music in the 1980s, right? And then my brain stopped.
Do I hate my list? Yeah. No.
No?
No. Wait.
What?
Maybe.
I know there are more singers than this. Man. All right, I'm going to write down an answer. I'm done.
Do you have Up With People on your list?
No.
You should definitely have Up With People on your list.
I do not. I'm locked in.
Thompson Twins?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to help.
Thanks.
All right, so everybody's locked in. Let's start with Cheyenne.
Okay, here's this awful list, but Madonna, Prince, Bon Jovi, Elton John, Peter Gabriel, Talking Heads, Bruce Springsteen, Aerosmith, Michael Jackson, which is the one that I thought of late because I actually thought about Paul McCartney and Say, and somehow that.
Wow.
The only way Michael Jackson was famous was his friendship with Paul McCartney.
Exactly.
That's solid.
And then Pat Benatar.
Oh, Pat Benatar. Like that.
Okay, Davo?
Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna, Whitney Houston, and this is where the wheels came completely off. My brain stopped. I don't know why. It just did. Guns N' Roses. I know. Christopher Cross. Yeah. He was huge in 1980.
You know, when you're stuck between the moon and New York City, the
know.
best you can do is fall in love.
Phil Collins, Duran Duran, Lionel Richie, and Oingo Boingo.
Oingo Boingo.
I like Oingo.
It's a dead man's party.
Andy?
Well, ironically, the first person I put down was Madonna, Bruce Springsteen, U2, Elton John, Michael Jackson, George Michael, Prince, Rod Stewart, Stevie Wonder, and Billy Joel.
Okay, let me tally up the scores and see what we ended up with.
And I had Van Halen on my list, but I crossed it off to put Elton John in.
How dare you?
Well, like I said, first time that's ever happened.
Yes. Panama.
Though, two outrageous lead singers, to be sure.
Yes.
Yeah, Van Halen 1984 was my second concert ever.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow. Well done, sir.
Right after a Eliminator tour of ZZ Top.
Ooh.
Wow. Nice.
Started off with a bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 10 for both of them, and it was interesting to say the least.
Blow your face clean off.
Jeez.
I couldn't see that the joke was on me. Oh.
Well, do you mind if I break in here?
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, actually, I do. I was going to do it with the second verse.
I've never wanted to hear it.
All right, so here's the list. Honorable mention at number 11 is Daryl Hall and John Oates with 12 weeks at number 1. Tied at 13 weeks, Whitney Houston and Diana Ross.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I've never gotten Diana Ross.
A couple of you said Elton John, right?
Mhm.
However, it's the wrong John. It's Olivia Newton-John for 14 weeks.
Oh.
Let's get
Physical was a huge hit in 1980.
Oh, it wasn't from Xanadu?
Hey, there were some great songs in Xanadu.
No, there wasn't.
ELO doesn't do bad songs.
Oh, I put ELO in the same category as the Eagles.
Wow. See,
Wow.
yellow. Can't go there.
Hey, this is Davo, can we make a note that we need to strip Cheyenne from his guest privileges?
Who needs
I'm on it.
All right, tied with 15, we've got Phil Collins, Madonna, and Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
Yes.
So I got Stevie Wonder. I got Madonna. Oh, Phil Collins. How did I miss him?
You guys laughed when I said Phil Collins.
No.
Ha ha.
We laughed at Oingo Boingo.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was
I almost put an Oingo Boingo song in the or a question in the game, but I ended up not.
We could have had something like
happy.
Oingo Boingo in Back to School or something. That would have been great.
Yeah.
But all joking aside, if I had to make a list of like the 10 albums I listened to the most, Oingo Boingo's last album, which is just called Boingo, didn't do anything on the charts, is one of the most amazing albums in rock and roll history.
Mhm.
Strongly urge everybody to listen to that album. It's amazing.
So in 1987, when I went off to, I went with a friend of mine to visit a college in Houston. We had time to go see a concert, so we went to the Ticketmaster on campus, and the only two concerts that night were Oingo Boingo and REO Speedwagon.
Oh, please go.
And we enjoyed our REO concert very much.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't even know who Oingo Boingo was at the time.
To be fair, in that era, I would have gone with REO Speedwagon as well.
Yeah.
Well, you just can't fight that feeling anymore.
No.
Wow.
My only connection with Oingo Boingo is I watched an entire Fish set that was inspired by Brian Eno, which was interesting.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Are you still stoned?
Like, I don't know if we want to keep that whole diversion in there, but so tied at 16, one is Paul McCartney, and the other is between both his solo work and his work with Wham is George Michael.
I cannot believe I got George Michael and not Paul McCartney.
So that basically means that George Michael is as good as Paul McCartney, I guess.
Essentially.
I can hear the saxophone now.
Does that mean that Andrew Ridgeley is half as good as Paul McCartney?
It does indeed.
I haven't heard the police yet.
All right, so number 2 with 21 is Lionel Richie.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Would not have
Yes.
guessed that.
And all three of you got Michael Jackson at 27 weeks.
Okay.
Prince at all?
Nope.
Does that mean I only got two?
Wow.
So by my count, Cheyenne got 2, 20 points, bringing him to 130. And thanks for playing.
Thanks.
So I count got 5 for 50 points, bringing him to 206 and currently the lead. Andy, by my count, got 4,
That's what I got too.
giving him 40 points and total of 226 points and the win.
That was closer than I thought it was going to be.
Me too.
I'm just happy I didn't get doubled up.
Well, Cheyenne, thank you for appearing on our lovely podcast. You know you're welcome anytime.
Yeah, I will come play anytime. Let's next time.
Yes.
Let's redo that geography one.
I think that was, yes, I agree. Andy, congratulations on a solid win.
Oh, this was in my sweet spot. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
And Kels and Neil bring in the good questions. Thank you so much. And thank you again to former President Barack Obama. What a get for the show. I mean, man.
Well, and he brought the best category as well.
He did. he brought the heat with that one. So, from all of us here at the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast, this is Davo with Cheyenne.
Hi.
That worked. That worked.
You caught me off guard.
Andy.
Hypodermics on the shore, rock and roller cola wars. I can't take it anymore. So long, ladle brainers.
Kels.
I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet. I've got no rhythm. So it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool.
And Neil.
Flashbacks.
She says I'm the one, but the kid is not my son.
Signing off.
Greetings and salutations, all you good trivia people out there. I know what you're thinking. Hey, I really enjoyed this show. How can I get a little more? Well, here to help you out. You can look up these good people on Twitter at Ladle Brain, or if Facebook's more your deal, you can look them up at Brain Ladle Productions. Hey, they've even got their own webpage. It's brainladletrivia.com. Now, if you're feeling generous, you can join a Patreon, where if you donate $10 or more, you can even get yourself a fancy show invite. How about that? Until we meet again, this has been 44, and I'm glad you joined us. Hope I'm out. The preceding podcast was presented by Brain Ladle Productions. All rights reserved.